How are you guys?
Good.
Have I woken you up early this morning, is it?
Yeah.
Well, sorry about that. But
No,
thank
it's
you very much for thanks for getting up early and doing this. Did your dad tell you why I asked you to come on the podcast? Yeah. So started doing. Have you seen the ones with Eric maybe, or
I don't know.
So I did like a little podcast with them as well. And basically, so we've opened up a jiu-jitsu school in my home city in Leeds. And everyone's a white belt, right? Because they've never trained before. So we've got like some other little champions, and they don't have like, you know how at Bondi, new students come in and they'll look up to you guys because you're like, yellow belts and you've been training a long time. They don't really have that. So I wanted to do some interviews with some people like yourselves who've been training jiu-jitsu a long time, and you can give them a bit of advice and tell them what you've learned about jiu-jitsu, basically. Is that all right? Cool. All right. Well, we can maybe have a catch up at the end, and then but we'll just get into some questions now. All right. Are you guys going training this morning?
No.
No, you got a day off, do you? All right. When did you guys actually start training?
I started training when I was like 4, and Olivia started training when I was 4 as well. Yeah, we both started training when we were 4.
And how did that happen? Was it your dad that got you into it?
Yes.
Was he already training by then?
He started training like a couple of months after us, I think.
Oh, really? So why did your dad want you to start? Or was it you guys that wanted to start?
I didn't know.
You don't
My
know?
dad wanted me to start.
Right. But then, I know it's a long time ago now, but do you remember kind of what your first class was like, or what the first few weeks were like, anything like that? Were you nervous? Were you scared? Or
I kind of remember being a grey and white belt, but I don't remember my first class.
No? What about you, Olivia?
No, not really.
That's fine. I appreciate. I can't remember when I was 4 either. So, so you've been training since you're 4, and Alicia, you're 11 now, and Olivia, you're 10. 9. Oh. So what's your favorite part of doing jiu-jitsu then?
Well, a lot of things like, I don't know, just rolling with them, making new friends, and learning new things. Yeah, that's probably the same with me.
Yeah, is that kind of what keeps you going then? You just like the learning, because you've still got. I mean, you've been doing it a long time now, right? But you're still learning new stuff.
Yeah.
You still. Do you feel like you learn a lot in the competition team class as well?
Yes. Yeah.
What do you think is the toughest part of doing jiu-jitsu?
And versing new people that you don't know.
What about you, Olivia?
Versing higher belts.
Higher belts. You guys compete a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
What's it like going to competition? Is that kind of scary still for you guys? Because you've competed so much now. Do you still get nervous about it?
Yes. No, not really.
Different answers. Okay. So, Alicia, you go first. Tell me what it's like going to competition.
Well, it's scary because I'm versing another person that I don't usually verse, and I haven't seen them like train in their gym, so I don't know what they'll do, and they could do anything. Mm-hmm. So,
Olivia, what's it like for you when you go to competition? What are you feeling? You're just going to go out there and kill everyone.
I'm really excited because I want to start fighting already.
Good. Are you two quite competitive between yourselves as well?
Yeah, kind of. I don't like her to win though. So.
You don't like? So yeah, you're competitive. Do you think you've become like better friends and better sisters through doing jiu-jitsu together?
Yes. Well, I don't know what it'd be like without jiu-jitsu with my sister, so I
Good
guess
point. Good point. Is it easier to fight with each other though?
well, like against other people, like is it easier than?
Well, I don't know. Are you going out fighting other people at school?
No.
Good, that's what I wanted to hear. No, I just meant between yourselves if you get into little arguments.
Yes.
At least you're doing it safely, I guess. You know, you're not scratching or biting each other. Do you think it makes you better role models because you've people listening? Alicia and Olivia also have two younger sisters, Penelope and Isabel. Do you think it makes you better role models doing jiu-jitsu as well? Because you can look after them. I mean, you guys do a lot with just in the classes as well, don't you? You look after some of the little champions classes, the younger kids.
Yeah, I coach. Alicia does. I coach the little champions one.
What's that like, Alicia?
It's fun getting to know them, and they kind of like me better than the other coaches.
Why do they like you better?
Because I'm a bit nicer and I'm a kid as well.
You don't make them do as many press-ups, is it? Push-ups. You both take the Gracie Barra warm-up sometimes, don't you? What's that like, standing up in front of the class and telling everyone to do the exercises?
I'm kind of used to it now, so yeah.
Was it nervous? Were you nervous at first?
Yes. Kind of. I mean, I knew the whole warm-up. It was just getting in front of everyone, and I don't like being in front of a person because that makes me more embarrassed.
Right.
So stand in between people while I'm doing jumping and the warm-up.
Do you think doing jiu-jitsu's made you more confident?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we're around a lot of people and I have more friends and I can beat people up if they have to.
That's a good point. If you saw someone picking on one of your sisters at school, what would you do?
I would I don't know.
Tell the teachers something else.
No, I would kind of push them and say, don't bully her. But I wouldn't do anything else. And if they punch me, I'd just push them like that because they're probably smaller.
Yeah. Well, I feel sorry for anyone that starts picking on your family, to be honest, with the amount of jiu-jitsu skill going on in there. So what advice, you guys were 4 when you started, what advice would you give to like a 4-year-old starting jiu-jitsu now for the first time? Maybe a little girl.
What you tell me to do? Don't be scared. Have fun and just do everything the coaches say and make it more exciting as well. You can play as well while.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun as well. We try and have Ricky does a good job of that, doesn't he? Like having fun in the class at the same time. Would you kind of give the same advice, Olivia?
Yeah, probably.
Are you going to start doing any kids coaching?
Maybe not because Alicia does it a lot.
Right. But maybe they need some of Coach Olivia's advice as well. So I have a few questions here for you guys. What is it about jiu-jitsu that keeps you going as compared to a different sport? Why don't you get into a different sport? Why do you stay with jiu-jitsu?
Because jiu-jitsu is fun, and yeah, I still do other sports, but they're kind of boring, and I'm used to jiu-jitsu, so it's more fun for me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to hear some stories from competition. So you can both tell me your favorite competition story if you like. Maybe it's you don't have to be one you won. It could have just been a funny story if you want.
I was either gonna do
you can do both if you want. Go on, you can do 2.
Okay. So one competition was the Summer Cup, I think, and I versed this girl who goes to my school.
Mm-hmm.
I versed her a couple of times before, and she's usually beaten me.
Is it just like the competition in Sydney? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And I beat her in that competition.
Yeah.
Time, and that made me feel really.
How did you win?
I remember now. I double legged her, and I kept going through with the double leg, and she slammed to the ground. So I just won by 2 points, and then we just kept rolling, and nothing else happened.
Right. And what was your other story?
I won nationals, and I only remember one of my fights, which was my last fight, and it was won by the same thing.
You double leg.
So, yeah, at the very end of, so none of us scored any points.
Mm-hmm.
At the very end of the fight, with I don't know, 50 seconds to go, I double legged her, and she kept pushing back. And then I remembered the fight before that was Ricky, and he was like hurt, and he kept pushing through with the double leg. So I did the exact same thing, and I won by 2 points.
Oh, well, congratulations for winning the nationals. That's a big tournament, that, isn't it? Olivia, you must have some good competition stories.
Oh yeah, my favorite competition was nationals because I lost in that because I had this really hard fight, and that's what I liked about it. It was a really hard fight.
So you like the tougher the challenge, the more you enjoy it, is it?
Yeah.
Do you how do you both feel about? Go on, what were you saying, Alicia?
Usually goes up to division, so she usually she's this girl named Ali or something, and she was like 32 kilos, and Olivia was like 22 or 24.
Right. Always fighting like upper weight division, and we'll enter you into some like purple belt adults tournaments soon. I think, Olivia, you can fight Ricky. So we've talked a little bit on these podcasts about the competition team at Bondi, because you guys have a really good competition team, right? Tell me a bit about what happens in like a comp training class, and what you like about it, what you don't like about it. Yeah.
So Ricky started a new thing where we have homework, BJJ. And so we have to write down everything we learn in class, and then at the end of class it gives us homework to do. So write all your roles and write 3 techniques that you would mostly do in competition and review them. And yeah, and there's new people in the comp team.
What? So just break, because obviously I know what happens in a comp team class, but like for people listening, they've never seen it before. Do you want to just tell us like what happens in a competition team class?
Competition team is it's hard. So it's selective. So it's like people who usually go to competitions quite a lot, and we do like push-ups, exercise, and that's what we mostly do. We usually do a lot of jogging, and we learn advanced techniques that are different to all the other classes.
Ricky told me one time during one of the camps that collectively you did like 4,000 burpees or something. Like a 20-minute wall sits and stuff like that.
I think that was the last one. So we have like a camp that's also selective. It's the same people, and it usually happens in the holidays for like 1 or 2 weeks. And so we do a lot of exercise with them, and say one day we had to do a teamwork thing. So if one of us got let down, we needed to all do 100 burpees. And I think that's the day Ricky was talking about, the one where you said collectively.
Yeah. Do you prefer competition team class to normal class?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, really?
Because that's a challenge.
More challenging.
more challenging and more fun.
Mm-hmm. Do you still enjoy normal class though?
Yeah. Because I have a lot of friends in the normal classes.
Right, because it's quite difficult to get into competition class, isn't it?
I can say.
Yeah. Well, maybe not for you guys, but so why don't we finish up by you can both tell me what your jiu-jitsu game is like. What are the things you like to play? Like what are the guards you like to play? What passes you like? What submissions you like? That kind of thing. Yeah.
I've been working on like balloon sweeps, which is like where you lift them up over your head and you sweep them.
Yeah.
And well, I usually for the sweep, I also have another sweep. I've kind of stopped balloon sweep, so I'm actually pretty good at tripod sweep.
Oh yeah.
Because I like and lift back, yeah. And your favorite submission, armbar from mount, like that's what I usually do.
Yep. Do you think when you do your arm bars from mount, do you fall back to the floor, or do you try and like turn the corner and finish on top?
Stay back on the floor.
Okay.
But if I have to, I'll do like 10.
Olivia, what's your game? What do you like to do when you're doing jiu-jitsu?
I really like pulling close guard and that's my favorite guard. And going for the back
From guard.
yeah. And my favorite submission would probably be a triangle.
Because you also do triangles from close guard.
Right. Good stuff. Well, I think that's everything I wanted to get for the interview. Is there anything, messages you'd like to give our little champions at Gracie Barra Round Day? Is there anything you'd like to say? Yeah.
Have fun and like train hard if you want, and like don't forget to like motivate your friends and yeah.
Oh, hey, Princess Penelope. We'll end the interview part of the podcast now. So thank you very much for coming on, girls. And stay on though, and we'll just have a catch up. Cool. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Cool. So stay on for a sec. What I'll do is I'll edit out all of this kind of talking now and just see how you guys are. So, hey Isabel. Hello. You can say hi. I can hear you.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. How have you guys all been? Are you enjoying the new Gracie Barra Bondi location?
Yeah, but it's not super big. So.
No, Ricky was saying it was really big.
And there's no outside to play, so it's just...
Oh no, so you can't sneak away.
Oh.
And how is everyone's jiu-jitsu getting on? Are you all getting much better?
Yeah.
Are you all staying friends?
Yeah. There's this girl that I versed. So yesterday was a competition training in Brookvale. I versed this girl first last year in Abu Dhabi Pro.
Mm-hmm.
And she was actually quite hard last year. She was like 3 weight divisions up from me. And I beat her last year. And this year I versed her again, and she suddenly became way easier to verse. So I think I got better.
Oh, that's awesome. And how often are you guys training at the moment?
Yeah, good.
Often.
4 days a week.
Wow.
Well, Penelope trains 3 days a week. Isabel trains 2.
Oh, Isabel, we finally get you on the mats regularly. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
I think I've seen some pictures of you in your uniform, actually. It's looking very good. you got some good teachers and your big sisters and your dad.